Hello, hello, hello. Getting ready for the live stream later today, and here at the home office in Scottsdale, Arizona. No, wait, this is Akron. Oh no, let me check my wallet. This is closer to home. This is home. It's not close to home. This is home. And looks like we are sending a picture and we are sending audio. And it is now a live stream. Just taking a look at this. And it is now a live stream. Just taking a look at this. Not much of a delay. Not much of a delay. So let's try this to figure out exactly how much of a delay I'm getting. Now, granted, this is to this. So let's try this. So here we go. Figure out exactly how much of a delay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So only an 8-second delay. We've got a pretty good connection here. We are going through a Comcast server, and so we're going to, next step is to see if Lindsay is getting this over at the, although it's not a matter of her just getting it, but it's also a matter of her and you knowing what it is. So let's go back to YouTube and let's share this screen. Are you seeing us? That's the royal us. You are a part of the us. So let's see. Hey, Haley. Wow, that's cool. Are you nearby? Awesome. If you, Haley, do you know? Well, you might. No, you weren't. Miss Gagnon wasn't here when you were here, so you might not. I'm gonna want to get a message as to what this link is. This is listed as the Bill Rogers stream. One of the things about the way that Google has set up their accounts, it's put educational accounts in this weird place. Educational accounts being sort of by their nature non-commercial. We don't usually, they're non-commercial. They're not designed to make money. But the Google system is set up to commoditize, is to set up to make money. And so a couple of years ago, Google started sort of enforcing the idea that schools were nonprofit and didn't want to take advantage, and schools should not be taking advantage of kids using them to make money for other entities. That's totally inappropriate. So they didn't allow schools to have branded accounts, but they wanted individuals at school. So this is within Somersworth High School, which is not mine, which belongs to Somersworth High School. This has my name on it. And if I change the name to the Swen channel, for example, and if other people have experience with this, please let me know. The issue is that if you change your name to a business, to an organization, then it no longer becomes associated with an individual just doing it for their own edification. And Google has closed some of those channels. We have somebody in our school who had a channel set up that way, and Google closed it because you shouldn't have a branded channel, which was, in some ways, I thought that I wasn't doing it correctly when I set up this channel with the purpose of this being our teaching and learning channel. But that's the way that Google wants us to do these. At least it was. The thing about so many things Google and so many things web is that you kind of figure it out as you go. And the rules, it seems like, from this user's perspective, that they change at a moment's notice. I mean, from Google's perspective, a few months can go by and they've had billions of transactions, billions of interactions. So from Google's perspective, 2 months is probably a lifetime in terms of how much information has gone across to and fro. But for people like me and for many YouTube users and creators, we're not dealing with billions of interactions and transactions. So our experience, we've been putting out a weekly show at Swen, but we're not putting out a daily show with millions of views per week. We're at a fundamentally different place. So for us, a year does not seem that long. School year is the measure of things within schools. Anyway, that makes it challenging when the rules seem to be changed. So, are we getting people in this broadcast? That's the key. And then the other thing about it is what's its address. So let me go to the school channel, which is listed under Bill Rogers' name, and it does say that we are live now. Let's go take a look at it over here. Hopefully not too much feedback. Yeah, there it is. Cutting to the wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. An 8-second delay right now. So, just copying off the location. I'm going to put it in the chat, and that's the direct URL that I see here. Let's see. As a live stream, it's interesting. Google does not put up a share. So let me just go to send this to Ms. Gagnon and let her know that we are on. And this should be the stream. Okay, and I'm just getting a note from you two saying that we are live. And this should be the same stream if I take this offline and then come back on, which is going to be key. So now it just sent me, my other organization, a note saying that we are in fact live right now. And what I'm curious about is it does send me to actually a much longer I'm going to approve our own stream. So we have 3 watching right now, which I bet one of them is Miss Gagnon. True that. Maybe Buxbaum. True that. So you can also subscribe. I believe if you subscribe to the Bill Rogers SAU56 channel, and I'd really like to change that. This is not my personal channel. This is really not my channel. This is the school channel. But I'm hesitant to change the name of it right now. Okay. Good. Ms. Gagnon is seeing it. Good. So we seem to be... the live stream is working. And I think that's the best way to do it, because then, assuming that YouTube does not change the definition or the URL, the name of the stream each time you start and stop. If that's the case, then I think using this stream will make good sense, because we'll be able to publicize that, and we'll be able to use the same stream information next Thursday, or a different day if Thursday's not the day, as well as this evening for Friday Night Lights. So that's the thought at this point in time. Leave messages in the chat if you have any ideas about this. And let me send a note to some other folks who are working on this. So this is for the live stream, sending out a note, and okay. Oh, one more thing. Here's the link. That's kind of important. Okay. So. Interesting. So I get a separate... I am getting this feed to YouTube. There's a trip I took after my graduation in 1982. Graduation, what it means to all of us. So this is actually after my college graduation. I don't want to date myself that much, but there it is. And there's a Honda 400 that the two of us, Dwayne and I, rode from this coast to the other coast. That's what you do when you graduate. Find the world. So, any chat coming in? I'm going to be packing up this operation. Really all I need to bring over is the laptop right now. Later we'll be bringing cameras over to the field to capture that. Oh, hi, Allison. You got it. And And so the next question that we have is, will the URL be the same when we stop this live stream and start up the next one? I'm hoping it's going to be the same URL, the same link, but we'll find out shortly. And then I'm going to, next step also is to go up and set my, to make this all possible, because many schools do not have internet on their fields. It's happening a little bit more, but sometimes they'll throw up a Wi-Fi network. But the problem with Wi-Fi networks, if you want to do a broadcast, is other people using it. And as soon as a number of people start using a Wi-Fi network, it starts getting sort of equally divided up. And so it, with just not a whole lot of people on a Wi-Fi network, unless it is a very new and robust network, you often run into a bandwidth issue. And when you're doing streaming, you need to have a huge bandwidth, but you need to have consistent bandwidth. We've got a Comcast connection here at home, but it's a very, relatively low bandwidth Comcast connection. But because there aren't a whole lot of other people right on our network here, then it works fine. At least what I'm seeing, it looks fine. I can see your message, Allison. Yes. Okay, now a little spooling there, but still, the image here looks good. And what I am seeing on my screen is this 8-second delayed image, which is actually coming back from YouTube. So in spite of the fact that you'd think that we're just streaming directly from this machine into the browser, in fact what happens is I'm sending this stream to YouTube's servers, and they are creating the stream, and then I'm getting the stream back. So what I'm seeing here is an indication of what other people are seeing. Good. I'm glad it's clean on your end, Allison. So looks like in terms of from here is good. So the next step is for me to go over to the high school and do a broadcast from the high school. I think before I want to stop this broadcast and then start it up again. So I'm going to close this broadcast off in a minute, and then wait a minute, and then start up another one. And I will start it up. You'll know it's the new broadcast if we start it up with the recording a couple weeks ago of Friday Night Lights. So I'm going to stop this broadcast in just a short time, fade to black, stop the broadcast, and then wait a minute, and then start the broadcast, and then I will start that broadcast with a brief hello, and then show the Friday Night Lights. So if and what I'd recommend is use the same link that you just used, or just leave it streaming. Maybe Allison, you can close that and then reopen it, and Lindsay, maybe you can just keep it on. We'll see the comparison of the two. Okay, so fade to black, and then back at you in just a minute.